Hey, welcome back to Don't Run with Scissors. I'm Kelly, your favorite Jeep driving lawyer, mom of twins, 4 crazy rescue dogs, rescue cat, and 2 rescue guinea pigs. Who likes to craft in her spare time, has gone back to school to learn ASL, and is trying to train for Ironman. If you're new here, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. It sends me a message. It boosts my serotonin and my self-esteem, and I could use that. And if you're returning, you already know the crazy you're in for, so grab your drinks, sit on back, and let's have at it. It is July 17th. Um, how are we in July? Midway through July. Okay. It seems crazy. Okay. Last week. Forgive me. I am running on absolute empty right now, and I am just winging and praying my way through this week, I think. My one class, I believe this is the last week of it. I caught up my homework late last night, which meant that, and I have that class done for tomorrow. I just have one more assignment to complete for my other class tomorrow. Let's all just take a deep breath and take a moment. We're alive. And even those of us who are exhausted and struggling are still alive. And a friend of mine sent me a message over the weekend that said, every day you're it was a reminder. I think I've mentioned this before, that every day what giving 100% looks like can be completely different. And that goes for everybody, not just people with chronic health conditions. That goes for just in general life. What giving 100% today for me is going to be completely different than what giving 100% last Wednesday looks like. And that's okay. But I think we as a society are indoctrinated with, oh, you have to get up and, get dressed and give 100% or 110%. Well, first of all, mathematically, how are you supposed to give 110%? That makes no sense. That makes absolutely no sense. So throw that idea right out a freaking window. But to give 100%, okay, but what does that really mean? For me today, that means I got up and I showered, which I did. I brushed my teeth. Okay. Did I put hot rollers in my hair like I had planned? No. No, very clearly I did not. Am I going to later today? Quite possibly, and I'll explain that in a minute. But right now, guess what? My hair is clean and it's semi-brushed. My hair tangles really easy, so whatever. Am I presentable for court with a client? Absolutely I am. Absolutely I am. Great, because guess where I'm going this afternoon? I have a client meeting at 11:30. I have to drop off the boy at 10, shoot over to my office because I have a 11:15, 11:30 meeting with a client. And then I'm in court again today with Nick to interpret, and I have a case that I have to put on the record. So he'll actually get to see me in action in lawyer mode too, which is going to be fun. And then I am supposed to be, the last him and I talked, I'm interpreting an awards ceremony tonight for him. So I hope this is okay for an awards ceremony as well. That's why maybe if I have time in between picking up Bean, picking up the boy child, doing this, that, and running, the awards ceremony is up in Metamora, which is the other side of Lapeer. So almost an hour drive north, I think. I don't know. I haven't even looked. I'm going to be honest. I'm kind of going off memory, which may not be the best thing. So let's just check the Google map. We'll check with the Google because, Metamora, Michigan. Okay, it's only a half-hour drive north from my house. Okay, so that helps. That gives me, I just recouped an hour of my day. So that will take me till about, I think it ends at 7:30. So by the time I get home, it's gonna be 8. I'll do my other assignment if I haven't fit it in this morning. Which I'm not gonna be able to. For tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, tomorrow the boy doesn't work. So yeah. So this last week, we had classes, obviously. I met with a pulmonologist. He's actually really happy with the progress. He he's a little upset with me in the fact that, like, when the smoke and stuff was coming through and I was struggling so hard to breathe, I was supposed to have called him. I'm not used to having a pulmonologist. So I was supposed to have called him and he would have prescribed steroids. So he actually, what he's done is prescribed me a round of steroids. So I still can call him, but just in case, I have a round on hand. So yeah. I am above and over and on hours, and Jasmine and I were talking that really what we need to both do is, we both know we're way over in hours. Even for the semester, we carried over a bunch of hours from last semester. And had we been able to, so our hours from spring or winter semester carry over to fall. We weren't allowed to use them this summer except for, I think, like 5 hours. So it was like, whatever, we'll just carry them over to fall. It just makes it easier to track. But we both have summer hours that we get to carry over into fall. Now in the fall, we have like 100 hours we have to do because for the program we have to do 300 total. Her and I are probably going to be pretty freaking close to having them done ahead of time. And we've asked our program director, like, so then what are we going to do for this class? Because, and she's like, you just keep working on your skills and then we'll be able to hone in on very specific things rather than just general out and about, because we clearly can carry on a conversation and interpret basics. So now it's just, we'll be at the advantage of, okay, so we can use our hours more as prepping for the BEI or EIPA. So those are good things. But yeah, so it sort of takes the pressure off of the fall, which will be good. And then, so yeah, so we interpreted last week. Cases I was not expecting. I don't hang out in the court for sentencing most times, unless my own client is there, and then I breeze in for my client and then leave. But I don't handle serious felonies, which I guess every felony is serious, but like I don't handle your murders. I don't handle sexual assaults. I don't handle those. I just don't. My felonies, maybe a third DUI offense, is probably about as serious as I get, which is a serious offense. Don't get me wrong; it's totally a serious offense, but it's a different type of case than handling a CSC or a child. Like, I handle your basic child abuse cases, usually ones that happen in the process of divorcing couples where they're waging, and it may be they're usually more neglect than abuse. So we were in court last week and a guy got sentenced, and I had to explain to not only my mentor but also the other interpreter what the CSC offender list is, the different levels of CSC, and the breakdown. And then I had to explain to them that this guy just got sentenced to 15 and a half years for kidnapping a child and accosting. Um, and I was not expecting to have to do that. And then there was a couple other things that we sat through. We started to sit through jury selection. Um, hold please. Um, so yeah, so the problem with sitting in court like we're doing, like when I go for my cases, I know what my cases are, obviously, like, but when you're just sitting in on court, you have no clue what's gonna come across the docket. Like, I understand if I mean, we usually start off in family court, and to me, family court is, I mean, that's my home turf. That's where I spend most of my time. Um, oh, my pressure is up with all of the weather changing, and I could tell in my eyes. Um, it's pretty low key. I mean, there's not a bickering parents over something, usually child support. Um, so yeah, so the, you know, but I had court last week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and on Friday I had consults at the office, on top of classes, on top of driving the kid back and forth to work. Um, so it was pretty busy. So, in an effort to keep this a little bit shorter, um, let's see, Friday was bike night at the dealership where my son works, and they had axe throwing. My son knows that's on my bucket list, so he invited me to go. So the way it worked was your first throw is free, and then after that it's like $1 for throw. So we were the only people in the little area, and the guy was like, okay, until you can get it to stick in the wood, it doesn't count as your free throw. And I was like, okay. So he shows us how to do it and stuff, and my son did okay. I mean, he hit the target. He was in the outer ring. It took me a little longer to get it to stick, and I think mostly because I was pausing longer between. Like at one point, William got in 2 throws, and I was just throwing the one time. And when I got it to stick, I got a bullseye. It was very fun. So that makes a third thing off my bucket list this summer that I have done, which is pretty exciting. Um, so yeah. So I don't know what else. I have to look at my bucket list again and kind of refresh my memory. There's probably one or two little things that, depending on things, I can figure out, and maybe still knock off this summer. One of the things that I would like to do is glass blowing, and there's a couple places here in the area that you could just do like a afternoon where you can go in and make a project. I think that would be really fun. What else is on there that would be easy to knock off? Like some of those things would be easier to knock off than others. I mean, completing Iron Man is on my list. So, hopefully I can get my back. My back is I have to call the pain management doctor today. I'm not doing so well, and I'm out of pain meds, so that's not helping either. So yeah. Um, so we did that on Friday. Saturday it rained, so I did not get to go to the picnic. And I'm going to be honest, am I a little heartbroken? Yes. Am I completely heartbroken? No. And I feel bad saying that, but I'm tired. So, and then the last 2 nights I've spent in the ER with my daughter, who is allergic to something, but we have no idea what. To the point where, like, she is covered head to toe in hives. The first night they gave her Benadryl and steroids. It calmed it down for the next day until about 4:35. Well, no, wait. I come home from picking up the boy. I picked him up at 5. So probably about 6:30, she comes to me. Um, I don't know. She came to me originally. I gave her a double dose of Benadryl. I got the boy came home and it wasn't going away. It was still coming. It was actually getting a little worse. And so we went to the ER last night. They have prescribed her a 5-day course of prednisone as well as Benadryl. And we need to have her allergy tested ASAP. So that will be on the agenda today, is calling our PCP and seeing how fast I can get her in, and then figuring out how fast I can get into her allergy testing, which it sucks. So by the time we got home from the ER last night, it was and had dinner. It was about midnight, and then like I said, I caught up 99. I caught up and did about 90% of my homework. So I'm tired. And then we're interpreting today. I have a client meeting. I have to drive the boy. My mom, thankfully, is still in town because she's getting ready to go on a like 11-day cruise or something. I think it's 11 days. And um, my daughter is staying at her house with the dog, which actually, what was I thinking when I said it was okay? Because that means I now have to 4 days a week, 3 days a week. Bean has class on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm going to have to drive down, get Bean. My mom lives about a half hour south. Bring her to class and take her back. Elmo's back though. Elmo got new tie rods. So I picked him up on Friday. So yay, I got my Elmo back. So yeah. So it has been crazy this week. And I met with like I said, I met with the lung doctor. He's happy with progress. So um um this next week we have more interpreting. I think my one class finishes this week, so that will be lovely if it does. That will take a lot off me. Um, this weekend, hopefully, the guys will follow through and come and help me with the floor. Um, I got I got Oreo a new bone, a Nyla bone, and he's been chewing on that, which has helped with a lot of the chewing on furniture, which I appreciate. So we're making progress. Um, yeah. Okay. So I'm like looking around going, holy crap, I have so much stuff and so much to do. But I did clean off the count. Okay, so those are actually clean dishes that just need to get put away. But there's I call it the corner of doom. It is like the pit of no return because it's one of those like where the two pieces of counter come back and it's like way deep in there. And so things get shoved back there and then it's like you forget they're back there because it's so deep. So I cleaned that out and got rid of some stuff. I cleaned out the refrigerator and what else have I done as far as cleaning and organizing? About the kid, new shoes for work and 2 pairs of jeans. He hasn't worn jeans since he was a little kid, so it's kind of funny to see. Um, he got kind of a promotion, so he's now on the Harley Davidson Experience team. So if you stop by Harley or at his dealership, and that within about 24 to 48 hours, somebody from the team calls and asks you how your experience was done. So when they have double coverage now at the reception area, he's gonna jump on and do that, and he gets a commission for it, like a monthly thing. So whatever. Okay, so let's just keep this moving forward. Haul. Have I bought any patterns or flosses or anything? I have not bought any patterns or flosses or anything. There's a couple I'm looking at, obviously, because buying supplies and making stuff are very different. I did buy something though that I am going to share with you. Um, there's an okay, I don't typically buy Hot Wheels cars. I can't remember the last time I bought a Hot Wheels car. But this one is special and I think it's super, super cool. And the second I saw it, I found like I went on to Facebook. I was like, hey, if anybody sees one of these in stores, let me know. My friend's like, yeah, they got them on Amazon for like $8. Now, if you go on eBay, they're a couple hundred. So go buy it on Amazon. Not that Jeff Bezos needs our money, but it's a huge price difference. This is the Hot Wheels car. It is done in conjunction with the National Federation of the Blind. Yes, the National Federation of the Blind. It is an all-white car, obviously. The packaging alone, I'm going to keep it in the package. I'm not planning on taking it out. The packaging alone comes with Braille on it, but the car itself on the bottom, I don't know if you, there you go. Maybe you can see it. Has Braille on it. It's the HW Braille Racer from Twin Mill. I don't know what the Braille says. That's one of my next learning things. I have a friend who actually teaches Braille. He went blind when his shunt, he has the same kind of shunt as I do. His shunt malfunctioned and they didn't catch it in time. And as a result, he is now permanently blind. And he said he'd teach me how to read Braille. But I can only learn one thing at a time like that. And right now we're focusing on ESL. So yeah. Excuse me. Okay. So I have been stitching for the Tour de France. We're going to move forward. We're going to just keep going. I've been doing the stitching count for the Tour de France. I don't always do it on the same project. And apparently in the group, that's one of the things. But whatever. I don't have to play by their rules. It's my thing. I can do what I want. So just know that everything that I stitched, I counted like the stitches and X off. I think clearly I have to do today's stitching, but I think otherwise, number wise, I have to double check, but I've been keeping up. Last night at the hospital really helped me because I was a little bit behind, but now yeah. So last week on 52 card whip pickup was There Is No Planet B by Clouds Factory. I'm just doing it on 14 count white Ada because at the time that's what I had. If I had to do it over again, I certainly would pick a way different fabric, way different. But last week I finished my owl. The other thing is if I can, like if there's a toile that was available in the same color, I swapped it out for a toile. Because why not have sparkly endangered animals? So I finished my owl, and right now I have started on the vulture. So how fun is that? This one will go away for now. It will come back out when, I don't know. But I think it's one of those that if I just focused on it, it would be done. It's not a super complicated stitch, but I have others that are, I guess, higher priority. So, the other one that I worked on a bit last week is Santa's Travels by Barbara Anna. And it's a shame that I don't pull this one out more often, like when I'm traveling, because I do spend quite a bit of time sitting in my car waiting. But I think it's because each of the stitch, like the numbers of stitches you do for each one, you're changing colors quite often because they're little motifs. But this is another one that I would like to focus on and get done this year. I started this in 2020 when everybody started it because that's when the sale came out. Clearly, I did not get it done. This is where we're at. For those of you asking, yes, I'm going to do the border. the berry border that goes around, but I'm doing it, I don't know, I'm doing it last, but I am. Um, the other thing is in this square, I made a mistake on the rabbit. And as a result, in this square, Mrs. Claus is a bit of a hussy. She's a floozy or harlot. Um, her leg showing is only supposed to be one stitch. Whatever. She's got 2 stitches of leg showing in that one. That's her come get me look. Um, but I got her almost done. I got Santa Claus finished. She's almost done, and I got the red. I carried my thread because I wasn't whatever. I got the package almost done. There's not much left. I say that, but there really is. It's still a lot of stitching. There's a bunch of trees. I have to finish in the snow and then the falling snow. So there's still a lot of stitching in that square. Those squares are dense as far as stitching, but this as well is going to go back into the closet for now. It will come back out. It will come back out. Either that one or Astronaut will come back out after I finish the Monopoly board, is what I decided last night. I did make it to the post office, and I think I have mailed out everything just about except for last week's winner. So, next up was praiseworthy design, praiseworthy stitches. I'm like literally looking right at the thing and saying, adding names to it. This is the Sal from just with Pam from Just Keep Stitching. Words are hard, y'all. Words are hard. What I do need to do is take a photo of this picture because I photocopied the pattern so that I have my working copy. And like right now I'm working on this motif, but the way the page break is, it's like right there. So when I'm pulling flosses, I kind of want to see what the whole motif looks like. So yeah. So I kind of need to do that. So this is one that I'd worked on a little bit, but then I took it last night to the ER with us and got in quite a bit of this motif and the first set of initials. So I switched them out. They are charted as TB. I have no idea. Like TB means nothing to me. As far as initials of people. So this is SH, and that is for my friend Shannon, who also, we met because she also has IH. And now that I'm thinking about it, the H should actually be in the green. So I'm going to pull those couple blue stitches out and I'm going to turn it into the green. So I am using Threadworks. I have no idea. The color's like 1-1. I know, that really helps, doesn't it? I know. I know you all love me. It's Threadworks 11383 Forbidden Fiber Co. Pickle. And then DMC 3849, and I am stitching it on 18 count Ada by Atomic Ranch in the color Clouds. And I absolutely love working on it. I really and truly, I do. I do really enjoy that one. Okay. Next up is one of my Whip Go pulls. I have started putting the floss on the floss rings. Having them in order, whether they're on floss rings or in bobbins, whatever, having the numbers in order makes stitching go by so much faster. So much faster. So this is a fail mat by Unconventional Cross Stitch. I'm stitching it on an 18 count Ada in just an off-white. Um, it's from Rita Renee's, and she's on Facebook. And if you're not, she doesn't have pre-gridded fabrics. But if you're just looking for inexpensive wide Ada, and I think she has some linens, she's the place to go by far. She carries up to 60-inch wide Ada. It's beautiful. So, Buffet Mat is a June and a July whip go pull. I'm still making up my days on June, but I got quite a bit in on the far corner. So, I think we're nearing the 2% mark. I know. 2%. Yeah. But I still owe it several dozen days. So, there's that too. Okay. Where is... Yeah, I still owe it 13 more days to count all of my my June and July goal. Here is half of the threads for Rosie. Rosie is a stitch for a friend. And I pulled out Rosie. I loved working on Rosie. I got a little burned out because I was trying to fix and align my mistake in this area. And then all of the confetti. So when I pulled it out last, I worked on pulling some of the red through on the quarter panel and on the tire. So I have to do this little black stitching, filling in here. Obviously the confetti in here. But then she'll have a front driver's side tire. I love this. I love this piece. If I don't start focusing more on Rosie, there is no way she will get done for Christmas, and that will be a shame because that's what I really would love to do. Okay, in here yesterday I worked on the Sing a Song Sampler by Silver Creek Samplers. I am selling this with Tina Frazier. I know several other people. I know Shiloh is stitching this again. I don't know that Erin from Two Martini Stitchers has finished hers. The last time I looked, she hadn't, but that has been a bit, so she may be finished now because I know she's trying to finish up projects. So, but I haven't seen for sure. So yesterday morning, before taking the boy to work, I wake up a little bit earlier so that I can have some me time, and I got the border here for tea started, and obviously the word. It's this, like, what color is it? It's DMC 814, because when I do dough again, it will be the red that I started with. So these are the last two blocks, obviously, and then I'll have to do the words underneath. So Sundays are Sing a Song Sampler until that's done, and then I was going to switch. I was going to wait till this is done to switch to do my stockings for the kids. And but I may like start dividing my Sunday. So like in the morning I'll do Sing a Song for like an hour, and then in the evening I may start one of the stockings. I will be honest. Yeah. Okay. So the other thing that I have been really working on is actually I'm trying to find the cover page. La, 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 la. Okay. Is my Stegosaurus sweater. It's the Stego sweater. I was going to say Stegosaurus or Stegosaurus. the Stegosaurus is a pattern that will be released in August at some point by Mary Hunt. It's adorable. It's adorable. Several people in the group are already finished. So I'm kind of feeling like, okay, look, I'm knitting as fast as I can. I'm knitting as fast as I can. That's all I can tell you. I've had to learn several new things, and so yeah. I'm also doing the largest size available because I have boobs. I have big boobs. So I do have longer than most of the people in the group as a result, and that's fine. But I am now, so the Stegosaurus part, this section here, is 25 rows. 25 rows at over 400 stitches a row. So I am on row 18. I am almost done with row 18. Right? Yes, I'm almost done with row 18. So let's see here. I need more hands. But look, it actually looks like a dinosaur. How cool is that? So we are making progress. So that's where we're at there. Let's see. My 52 card whip pickup, because I filmed this, but then life. So last week it was No Planet B. You saw I made some progress on it, not a ton, but whatever, some progress is better than no progress. So this week is the 10 of Diamonds. For me, that is the bookcase. That is by Galliana Samplers. Now, I just watched Shiloh, which is, she's X-Stitch MD, and she was saying that Galliana actually just sold her entire shop, all her patterns, to Historic Stitchmuster. And so, yeah. Which I'm glad that, like, the patterns aren't just going to disappear because she's got lovely patterns. But kind of makes me sad. So maybe Galliano will still be designing under, but I know that, given her day job and family, like, she couldn't continue it. So, like, she was just feeling very overwhelmed, and out of respect for that, I totally get that feeling. So, I'm also stitching the bookcase, in Sulky. That was my first foray. My first adventure into Sulky threads. So, I will at some point this week pull that out, and work on that. Somebody contacted me on my Etsy site last night, on my Etsy shop, and asked me if I would make the friends sign smaller. So I will work on that this week. That shouldn't take me too long to do. Hopefully, fingers crossed, knock on wood. But freak out there for a second thinking, oh my god, the boy has to be work at 9 and it's like 8:20 and it's like a 45-minute. He doesn't have to be there till 10. And then I have to shoot over to my office, and then my mom is going to, I hope, talk to my mom already about picking her up and taking her to class. But whatever. Okay, so this next week the only thing that I can tell you is that I will keep working on my Whip Go goals. Other than that, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. I don't know what will be. I'm just gonna, after today, I don't think I have any other court dates on the books this week. Of course, that can all change. We all know that. We all know that. So, um, yeah. Um, I am feeling the pull to start a bunch of new things, and that has me kind of freaking out because I really don't want to start a bunch of like. There's part of me that wants to start a bunch of new things, and then the realist goes, "For the love of God, woman, just finish some of the other things that you have." Um, going, because I don't have a shortage of whips, even though I have finished quite a few. The other thing is I really need to. Don't need to. I really want to pull out my sewing machine. I know I've been saying that for a couple of weeks, but with moving everything to get ready to do the floors, everything that was kind of organized on my table is now back to being just a nightmare. And so pulling out my sewing machine on my table right now just isn't completely feasible. Plus, if I leave things too close to the edge, or that Oreo will come and eat them off the table. And so, yeah, I had to buy new sandals again. And so, yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. So I don't know. Um, I know that there's stuff I need to get done. There's stuff I want to get done. At some point, it will all get done. But oh my God, I can't believe I almost forgot to share this with you. Last Monday, Bruno was born, and he's perfect. He's so sweet. I have not gotten over there. I haven't had a chance to get over there to snuggle, and I really want to. But it's just finding time. I was going to do it this past Saturday since it was raining, and then my head wasn't feeling good and stuff, and I've just been honestly, I'm running on E, and thankfully Taryn knows that and understands that, and so like it's not like freaking out or anything. So I would like to make it a point this week to get over there and give her a big old hug and um, get some baby snuggles. So, but with that, I am going to let you guys go. As always, that's I need a secretary or something. Last week I did the drawing for Always Love You for the whole kit, and the winner is Denise Morris. Denise, I'm 99% sure I have your information. It's not like I haven't sent you stuff before, which I love doing. I will get this in the mail to you as soon as possible. I have to find a little box to put the box in. Because it's not like I can just send that in a padded. I don't think I can just send that in a padded envelope. Maybe I can. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. I will get that off to you as soon as possible. I did mail off packages to Daphne and Janet and Jane. And who knows what else I mailed off. I don't know. So I don't have a prize for this week. Sorry. Who knows what will happen next week? Who knows? Who knows? Your guess is as good as mine. But with that said, I'm going to let you go. As always, you can reach out to me at His Princess Kelly on Instagram. You can feel free to reach out to me wherever you can find me. So, and I will do my best to figure out whatever it is you may need or whatnot. So, with that, I am sending. Here's my new sign. You matter. You're beautiful. You're amazing. You're smart. So remember that. So, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.